Hey, everybody. Whoa, we're just watching this list fill up. Welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee. Welcome to the show. Good to see you, Merwin. You know what, though? I just want to remind you, since you haven't been here for a while, and some others who showed up, if you can't wait because the list is long, leave your question with Violet and we'll be happy to answer it. We'll be taken in the order that you have arrived so you can check it out later if you can't stay. Because we definitely want to read for everybody on the list if we can.
Violet says we're closed.
We're closed? What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Sunny.
Okay, who did I miss?
Hey.
Oh, Violet Lotus. Okay. I missed you, Violet. Oh, Kara. Kara came too. Hey, Kara. Kara came right after Angel. That's who I missed.
So this is the first time on record that we've had to close the list in less than 5 minutes. It's usually been closer to 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So
I'm still missing someone, but I'll figure it out as we
welcome
go.
and welcome back to those who've shown up again. Once again, like Banshee says, if you think you have to leave, but you want to leave your question with us, and we will do it in the order that it comes. You may have to rewind back or navigate back to find it. But hey, everybody.
Okay. Well, I'll take you at your word. I can't seem to find the 20th person, but 19 is good. Let's go.
All right.
Let's get on with the show. Whatever it is, I don't know who I'm missing. We'll figure it out as we go, Violet. I trust your list always.
And it's cold in here. It's 68 degrees.
Oh, I thought for sure it would climb to 70 at least in here today. But it looks like we're not going to make it.
I have cold fingers and I'm a little bit sniffly.
Oh, are you sure, Merwin? Hey, congratulations on a great night of readings there. Glad to hear that. You did so well.
Awesome.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, Violet.
So, Merwin, you should stay because if you do have to leave, but you leave the question with us,
Merwin said she was just watching.
you would be the very last reading, so it would be hard for you to navigate back.
Oh, I see. That's a good point.
Sonny, lay down and behave. Like that's going to happen.
All right. Well, hey, you had to pull me away from the Lions there. I almost didn't make it here because I was watching the game. And they are in the lead, but it looked like the Panthers were on the prowl when I had to tune it out. So I don't know what happened. But it kind of started off the way I thought it might. And, of course, today for the card for the collective, the Season of the Witch Oracle. I pulled it today, and I pulled... Did we have this one before? We sure did. Probably should have let you pick, eh? It's Pumpkin, number 30. I know it's come up before. If it wasn't for the collective, it was for somebody. Well, of course, their little ditty on the card says, "Uncaging the spirit within thou, the fertile power you hold. To taste your buttery velvet upon tongue is a gift I shall cherish each day that comes." I can't wait to get a piece of pumpkin pie. Now, I used to make some pretty good pumpkin pies. Did you like the pumpkin pies I used to make? Come on.
They were good.
They were good.
Almost as good as mine.
But I've been tending to buy them recently. I should try to make one again sometime. Pumpkins have been a tradition for Samhain for hundreds and hundreds of years. Jack-o'-lanterns were carved to scare away the ghosts and goblins that were said to roam the streets on Samhain. Carving jack-o'-lanterns originally began with a variety of root vegetables, from turnips to potatoes. Pumpkins became the preferred method for the abundance of space for carving, and there's also plenty left over to fashion into dinner and desserts, even drinks. The pumpkin is more than a scare tool for the witch. However, it is a symbol of protection, fertility, and abundance. The pumpkin represents the power of the womb, so it's no surprise its color corresponds with the color of the sacral chakra, and its size is a symbol of prosperity and having enough to go around. We pulled pumpkin today because you are protected and safe from harm. There is a presence around you, keeping the scary things away from your front door. You can rest easy knowing that your back is guarded. This card can also mean taking some steps to keep negative people out of your life. You may need to reduce the amount of time you spend in some relationships or set some firm boundaries. Hey, and that goes for social media too, right? Doing so will allow you to put your energy where it is needed the most. So that's what I have for the collective. You know, it's nice to get this sign of protection right now at this time when the world couldn't be crazier, you know, with what's going on with Israel and Palestine, you know, Ukraine and Russia, and, you know, just a lot of upheaval everywhere right now. All the labor strikes and you know, uncertainties going on. So know that there is some protection you can call upon. And also, you know, don't expect always the universe to completely have your back. You must also set some firm boundaries. Am I right?
Indeed, and I just like pumpkin pie, so I'm hoping that I do get some soon.
I wanted one a week ago, and you said you're too early.
And when we were at that particular restaurant, they didn't have it.
They didn't have it yet. Anyway.
But they had offered it.
Yeah, they had off right. So, anyway, I walked away disappointed. No dessert that day. All right, I can take that card, Mr. O, and we can move on to the show, because we got a full one.
All right.
Okay, thanks, Violet. So, let's see how it goes. We'll take it, we'll see how it goes, if we add people or not. Okay, but we are on Kritika. Hello, Kritika. We'll take your question.
I thought we got one from them.
Did we? Okay.
Uh-huh. See if that comes out.
You want to use your card first?
There it is. Sure. My question, what will happen next between Amit Kumar and me?
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm going to use my Tarot of the Animal Lords for that. That's just a regular 3-card, right?
Correct. Oh. Got it. And I'll be using the Halloween Lenormand. Well, I don't know. Like I said, we're bordering on putting the heat on. If it warms up just a little bit more in here, maybe not. But I have a bad feeling about tonight. It's supposed to really drop down tonight.
Okay. Card 1, it's the Hermit reversed. Let's put that down there. Card 2 is the upright 2 of Pentacles. And card 3 is the reversed 7 of Cups.
Reverse 7 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles upright in the first one again?
Hermit reversed.
Hermit reversed. Okay, what's going to happen next? Well, I think there's some movement in the world going on between the two of you. Maybe somebody will read. Have you been communicating? I cannot remember if you are communicating now or not, Kritika. I'm sorry. But if you're not, it looks like maybe somebody might move to do so. The Two of Pentacles, at any rate, somebody is looking, between you, there might be a little bit more balance being happening here. I think it looks to be some balance restored, and maybe a sense of somebody coming out now who may not have been very communicative, or maybe has been, silent. Yeah, silent. What do you think? I'm just going with those two cards first.
Which two? The Hermit?
Yeah. Do you want to see these? I should let you see these. We have the Mountain, right?
The Gate is the Mountain, right?
And the Stars.
And the Stars. Okay, thank you.
Hmm.
So the Hermit reverse seems like a good sign, because it almost seems like maybe somebody has either made up their mind or somebody has decided to make themselves more accessible, more approachable. And the Two of Pentacles says, like, maybe, make up for time lost by being busy, having to handle things. The Seven of Cups looks good too, because it looks like maybe after some amount of time, somebody has kind of finally decided something, arrived at a choice, or has found something to be their desirable course of action. So it seems like these things could be happening in the near future, that something might happen that maybe one way or the other, Kumar is more accessible, or you are to them.
Okay, you're the last reading, Title. Good day to you. And we will close the list. All right. You had so many before. This is my only batch. What happened?
Many. You have a lot more than what I had.
Anyway, not that I'm greedy.
Go on. It's your turn.
It is my Seven of Cups. Okay, so with the Seven of Cups, I feel that, yes, somebody has made a decision or a choice here. I really hope this is good news for you, Kritika, and not there could be a double edge to this reading. Somebody is seeking balance and restoring of order in their life, or maybe both of you are. You want to have some stability. You want a sense of stability in what's going on. The Hermit could indicate that somebody's making moves that way, or coming back out again to at least speak what their choice or decision is. So if you have no idea what's next for the two of you, I have a feeling one way or another, hopefully for the positive, because I feel it's more positive than not. I will say that. This choice or decision or move that's being made will be for the better.
And maybe with the letter Mon, the Stars and the Mountain or the Gate is signifying that really what's getting you through the struggles is really the idea that you do have some sort of sense of hope or destiny for your future, or for coming together on some terms.
I like it. I almost feel as though, hope and optimism overcome, and maybe even, a turn of events on how, the two of you may be looking at each other may overcome all obstacles, in your path, or will have a role in you wanting to work things out if there have been some issues. So I think, to me, this overall looks pretty good. So fingers crossed.
All right.
Good luck with that. Libra Cusp, you are up. Got 'em. You can have more. I don't need all this.
I know that too. What hidden messages do Spirit have for Libra Cusp?
That will be my reading. We're a little bit snacky today. All right, using the Haunted House Tarot for this one.
And I'm using the Malefique Lenormand
Yep.
in honor of the Halloween season.
A lot of spooky decks today.
Yes, I have a couple. At least a couple.
I brought out my macabre tarot. Ooh,
I brought
it's
out
kind
the
of...
Tarot del Toro.
The horse is the knight. So we have the Knight of Swords upright. Okay, so were we going to lay them all out? Right, we do, but...
We don't have to. What hidden messages does Spirit have for Libra?
Okay, let's not. Yeah, what hidden
Okay.
messages do you have for Libra? Libra, Knight of Swords, it's almost as if you've got to make some moves. You may have to make some moves rather quickly. Fortunately for you, and that's what Spirit has for you, you may need to make some moves, some decisions, and it may be kind of like you don't have a lot of time to do it. But the good news is you have this. You have, your brain power, your analytical skills and abilities on point right now. So you should be able to make the swift judgments and decisions that you need.
Yes, this really is about your clarity, saying it's time for you to make a dynamic and maybe quick move, a quick sweep over the things that are going on. This could be about you asserting, control or a sense of dominance over an area of your expertise or your domain that you need to. So it could be anything from, somebody who challenges you in your workplace, or maybe your kids challenging you over, limitations you might be trying to work with. Wherever it's at, this is about you really kind of sensing or putting yourself in a level of control there. And in fact, you may be trying to move other people along with you.
And if there's something that you're waiting on that's legal, or like, documents that you have to sign or whatever, or that people are foisting them on you for a signature, look them over. But apparently you're not going to have a lot of time to act on this. You're going to do it and be done. And why is this important? Oh, it's the moon upright. Wow. I guess it's important because, you have a lot of uncertainty about which way you should go. It seems like, you're going to have to ferret out some information, though. So in other words, even though this wants to happen fast, what's coming towards you, you may want to try to slow it down a little bit so you have enough time to investigate and, make the right decision for yourself.
Right. This could be about some sense of scheduling between things that need to happen quickly and where your actual resources or talents will be able to make a difference here. This may be that it will take time for you to figure some things out here with this, that you may not have all the answers right away. And of course, that may mean that maybe some of this is a little bit hidden nature, which is what your question was about, that it's not going to unfold easily for you, but it is important that it unfold. So where does this lead to?
The helmet's the page.
Yes.
It's the Page of Pentacles reversed.
Oh. Well, that sounds familiar, doesn't it?
It does. That's our card of the day today. And so, it seems as though where this is heading is to, I don't know. I don't want to necessarily go with what the card of the day said, except for part of mine, where I think, Libra, this is heading towards possibly some bad news financially. If you're not careful, if you don't take the time needed, and even if you do, you may uncover something where you may be getting some bad news that affects your material concerns in some way.
I get the feeling that there might be some specific clues or hints that you should be trying to look for, that maybe something would be specifically a clue of some sort that might tell you what you need to do to avoid, a financial downturn or a bad decision of some sort.
So I wonder if it's job or it's just something to do with money, maybe some unexpected bills, maybe just something else, related to financing something, or maybe repairs that pop up. Is something that, could be a problem. Maybe it's the work that's done that isn't right, too, and you're going to have to try to resolve that. Be careful who you do business with. Let's put it that way, too. But what does the Lenormand say, Mr. O?
It's the ship. And the clover.
Oh, wow. I think, wow, what can I say when you have that? This this is a real odd situation here. I almost feel like there is loss, but there is gain. And so, it might all balance out in the end. The clover makes it sound like that. Like maybe this move, whatever it is, may seem like a loss, but it's one of those things that if you look deeply at it enough, it was a blessing in disguise.
Right. It may be the kind of thing that you won't figure out until afterwards. There's a real sense of some duality or binariness with the moon, of course. So I'm thinking that too, that maybe afterwards you'll realize that there was a blessing in disguise here, that maybe the decision you felt you had to make, even though you may not have been totally 100% behind it, was the right one to make.
Yeah, everything maybe is happening as it's just meant to play out, I guess. Ooh, so good luck with that.
Good luck, Libra.
Good luck with that, Libra. And Sonali is up, and they asked for a divine message from Lord Shiva. So that could be my reading again, but with your cards.
Okay. Well, I'm going to use my Egyptian-themed Nefertari.
Okay. And while you do get your stuff together, there's something I need to do.
Recount?
No.
Oh, okay. This is funny because this particular deck, I read often enough here with it, the Nefertari, but it feels really cool to the touch today. I'm like, well, you were just sitting over there with all the other decks. Why do you feel cooler to the touch? It's freezing in here. Okay, it's not freezing.
And there's something a little unclear about my macabre deck. I wanted to make sure I don't mess up with the court cards.
So, divine message from Lord Shiva. Okay, card number 1. It's the reversed Two of Wands.
Okay.
So, the divine message. You are not really prepared yet in certain ways to advance what your notions are telling you, what you want to do. That it seems like there may be more things you need to know mostly. So it could be education, but it could be some other, factors related. If we're talking about career, it could be related to the kind of work you do, but it could be related to other things too. There are just some things you don't know how to effect a greater change or balance in your life, perhaps.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. I think the message from Lord Shiva is Lord Shiva wants you, knows you have some things you want to accomplish or do, but you need to be better prepared for it in some way. Lord Shiva wants you to examine your plans, your strategies, your goals even, to see, if you are on track, what more needs to be done to make sure that you achieve a successful outcome.
So why
is this important?
So why is this important? And it's the Three of Pentacles.
Ooh,
and I think
that.
Lord Shiva feels you have the ability or capacity to perhaps work with others and perhaps even take the lead part in work that is towards the betterment of yourselves or the betterment of a community or the betterment of some situation. So it could be career related once again, but it could also have, some other ideas too. It might be, and it's not necessarily like work related in the sense of building a project. It could be about building a mindset, building a community, building something that people can share with their hearts.
Lord Shiva wants you to know that why is this important? That there is a better potential of success in working or collaborating in some way with others. Whether you actually lead others or whether actually you get advice from those others, there is success here in some type of, a collaborating or sharing, your goals, your ideas, possibly even your, maybe what you feel you might need some assistance on with others. It would be very beneficial and helpful. These garlic parmesan pretzel sticks are just awesome. They are.
I had the camera off me so that you couldn't see me eating them, but she did, and she gave me such
the evil eye. Have another.
They really are addictive.
They're addictive as heck. They have some really good cinnamon ones too. But at any rate, I digress. This is like a really good sign, I think, so far. So where is all of this heading? I hope in a good place.
And it's the Six of Pentacles.
It is. Oh, that's
so
interesting.
it's leading towards a lot of success, the kind of success that also engenders itself towards sharing with other people. And so this could be the people that you may be collaborating with in this example, but it could be other people too. It could be a greater sense community that you are aware of or involved with.
The Six of Pentacles is showing just a lot of even exchange here. So where this is heading is that you, by working with others and reassessing your plans, this give and take too. Maybe others will help share with you your success, and you in turn will share some rewards with them. There's a real even flow and exchange here by you working with others in one way or another that can only be of benefit to you. Seriously.
It almost sounds like it's a worthwhile investment, like that what you are putting into it, you expect to get the same and greater out of it.
And I think it's definitely doable, whatever this is. Even if this is about relationships and working with, one person trying to get, the relationship you desire. It seems like something very, very balanced is coming your way. Lord Shiva definitely wants you to reach out to others now. And let's see what the Lenormand can add to that. I don't know.
The Raven, which is also known as the Snake, and the Little Goblin, which is known as a trick-or-treater. No, it's not. It's the Child.
Well, it's kind of interesting here. There may be, always be careful. I would just say this. Always be careful, Sonali, Lord Shiva would agree, I'm sure, is who you do work with. Make sure that they're all on the same page. They have your best interests at heart. It could indicate that whatever you are working on with others, this could even be somebody outside of this. And it could engender a little bit of jealousy somewhere and a little bit of, people wanting to somehow undermine, the success that you are having. It's the Child, though. I don't think this is going to be a major issue. It's going to be a small annoyance, but there's always somebody out there who, doesn't want to see us do well. They get jealous. They feel, they want what you have. Let's put it that way. And there's jealousy.
Exactly. So it seems like, you may be, sometimes the Snake has ideas about people who are trying to undermine you. And this is most likely saying, walk slowly or work slowly and analyze, when you're looking at those situations. These people have a way of being deceptive, but it's not so serious if you are really taking the time to analyze what they want. They're looking at you, and maybe they just need to understand, to perceive better what you're doing. It's not necessarily about undermining you, but maybe they're jealous for their own curiosity's sake too.
So, I think everything looks pretty good. Lord Shiva has a good message. A message you can build on. You know, this is something that is apparently going to be a work in progress, but everything is moving in a positive direction. So good luck with that, Sonali.
Good luck, Sonali.
And that's what we have for you. And I see Lena's is posted. Question is intentions and feelings of Salim towards me for next 6 months. Okay. That would be my deck, and I have one out here. That's great about the diamond painting, Violet. I did see that. I just haven't been able to respond. Very cool. I hope I can get more.
Move them. Keep them away from me.
Well, Sonny's not here right now, so. Where did he go?
Well, Victoria, you're the reading after this next one that we're doing.
So hang on. Hey, you're very welcome, Kritika. Blessings to you. All right.
You are welcome.
Okay, this is my creepy macabre tarot. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, we have the Five of Cups reversed.
Thanks, Jackie.
Oh, it's the only way I can shuffle, I'm afraid. But thank you. The Hierophant is reversed. It's called the Guide in this deck. And the Six of Cups, you, is upright.
And Lenormand gives us the Coffin. And the Scythe, or Scythe.
I don't know what to make of that one. Well, starting off on top, everything looks pretty good here for 6 months, I would say. To me, the Five of Cups reversed indicates that there may be some new opportunities here for growth, you know, between the two of you. It looks positive. It looks like there could be some opportunities to maybe come together more. The Guide, which is the Hierophant reverse, could indicate that, you know, maybe you're looking at other ways. Like if there are any complications, you know, in your dealings with Salim, is it? If there's any complications, like for example, a long distance relationship or, you know, work hours that keep you apart and stuff like that, you might be looking for alternative approaches to how to, you know, how to manage things.
You're looking at maybe considering flexible or alternative approaches to this. This may be more about circumstances that, you know, don't allow the relationship to necessarily happen the way you might want it to. There could be a lot of different reasons for that. It does feel like maybe there's just an accommodation for things that are not necessarily going to change quickly, things that are kind of like set in patterns.
No, go ahead.
Okay. And yet there's still this idea, though, of being able to approach problems or situations as a gestalt. That's what I'm getting from the Six of Cups, that maybe you're figuring out that from an emotional point of view, there could be ways of trying to work what you do have.
Well, as I was going to say, this is about Salim's feelings, so for the next 6 months.
Well,
I know, I kind of didn't go that way in the beginning either. I looked after and double checked. So I want to just add to this that Salim may be feeling that maybe now is a time to, you know, to see what can be done to foster more growth in the relationship, to make things better. Because, with the Five of Cups upright, you see the spilled cups and 2 cups remaining, and the person looking despondently over them. But with it reversed, I feel like he's picking up those 2 cups and deciding, well, how can we make things better? And that's where that guide comes in, trying to think of those alternative approaches to making things work in this relationship. And finally, with the 6 of Cups, is it? The 6 of Cups.
Well, maybe what I'm feeling then is, does Salim expect you to do more of this work? Does Salim think you're the one who's going to find the out-of-box problem or solution? Or are they trying to figure it out for themselves, but they're not sure how to present it to you even?
I feel like the 6 of Cups is about the past in a way. I just wonder if maybe this has to do with Salim trying to rekindle some feelings that he's had in the past, maybe. Because
Well,
we're talking about, his feelings.
There is an aspect of the Five of Cups that may be able to talk about that, so I'm wondering, that's possible.
A number of things are a little bit uncertain about this, Lena. And it's really the Lenormand's fault, I have to say, because I could go 2 ways with that Lenormand, and it goes both ways. I mean, on one hand, I could see this relationship or these feelings being cut off and come to an end. I could see that with these cards. I could also see this as saying that maybe the Psyche is here with the Coffin because he doesn't want it to end. He wants to cut away at, this relationship ending, and that is why he's trying to find alternative ways of, bringing you two closer together.
That's what it feels like to me. It feels like the Scythe wants to tear away from what's the qualities that are, disrupting the relationship or that are troubling the relationship. So in that sense, maybe the idea about finding alternative approaches isn't necessarily what the solution wants to be or should be. That maybe it's saying whoever had the idea of the alternatives, that's not really helping the situation. I'm wondering about that.
That's what we have for you. I can leave it at that. I'm hopeful too, like Mr. O. I think I lean more that way, but there's just a little bit of uncertainty here. So I wish you luck with that. But I do think that it's more positive than not. All right. Well, none of the questionable cards come up. It's really interesting what they did with the court cards in this deck. And I had to write it down so I would remember. But in keeping with their bloody theme, massacres are kings, hauntings are queens, nightmares are knights, and terror are cups.
Yes, we're sorry to sell, but we filled up incredibly quick. We thought we were going to close at 5 after 2.
Like we usually do. But we were filled up before 1:30, I think. So, or 2:30. I mean, I'm sorry, 2:30.
Victoria, for your question, I'm going to use my Tarot del Toro, the idea from Guillermo del Toro, the horror film director.
So how will the
Paracon?
Yes.
Stocking stuffers.
I think I'm going to put the note at the top, Mr. O. Whoops. And to do that, I'm going to replace the pinned message with that. And I'll get my Lenormand. show you the money. Well, I hope so. I saw that lazy river thing, Victoria. I never commented to you. That would be awesome. I tried to win the Powerball for us all last Powerball, but I'm sorry, it didn't happen. I had 2 of the numbers, but I get nothing for that.
All right, so the first card is the upright 2 of Wands. And these have rather plain pips. I don't care as much for them. Their court cards are kind of nice, though. This one has the upright Knight of Swords, or Blades, as it's called here. And then, once again, a plain pip. It's the 8 of Pentacles, or coins, and it is upright. So I like the fact that they're upright.
I got the lamp at Hallmark, as a matter of fact. Hallmark cards. So we have, what is that again? That's the garden, right? Yep, the fountain.
The fountain.
And then we have the thing that confuses you, the deadly flowers.
It's the lilies.
Yes. They're all upright, did you say, Mr. O? So that's the 2 of Wands. Mm-hmm. You know, it seems like you've got a good product line going here, I'm just going to say, with that 2 of Wands. So you have thought this out carefully, and that you are hoping for things to pan out.
Right. It just seems like the sense of a good investment. It seems like the sense of somebody who's ready now to wait and see how it works. So, of course, that's the question. Is it going to work? But it seems like there's a firm logic, reasoning, rationale, pre-work, or whatever you call that, overhead work that went into that. So then that leads to the Knight of Swords, which could be saying, you know, is there a fairly vigorous campaign of some sort to promote it? You know, so that may be a detail you're still working on, or something you expect to happen due to how it's being placed at Paracon or things like that.
Right. If you have a table at this event, you know, hey, you know, make it shine, make it stand out, have some signs. You deal with graphic arts, so, you know, I'm sure you will find ways to do this. So be a standout and be an aggressive salesperson. This isn't always just about, I mean, with the Knight of Swords, it's not just about appearances. It's about how you use your head to sell your product. There's
a sense of bravery and confidence that needs to go into that. That's sort of like, maybe if you're going to push the envelope a little bit, you know, to make this thing seem really appealing as a stocking stuffer, then, you know, blood. I don't know. It is Paracon, so anyway, that finally takes us, of course, then to the upright 8 of Pentacles, and that's a really good business sense too, a sort of sense of all the parts connecting and moving in alignment of some sort, things sort of working. It's 8 of Pentacles, things working out.
Well, one good thing, or one thing I can say about that is you're going to be working it there. You're definitely going to be working it. And I think that the effort that you put in will pay off. I mean, it seems like you should do okay. The deadly flowers, the lilies, and the fountain, which is the garden. The garden is all about social space, you know. So social activities should be the theme. And I think with the lilies here, you know, you will come off as somebody people will say, yeah, I want to buy that product.
And I think some of it also says, too, that maybe it's promoted or it's sold or it's created with the idea of some real sense of growth being able to be a part of that, too. The lilies is about maturation or growth or evolving of some sort. So maybe those are keywords to think about, too.
I hope it works out well for you.
Yeah,
everything
really
looks
nice.
pretty good, Victoria. Good luck with that. Well, what's in here? It's a... Can we put this in front of there and get it seen, maybe?
Maybe.
There's clearly a scarecrow with a nice little crow on it, and surrounded by pumpkins, of course. Is very seasonal.
Who's asking?
Victoria, she goes, I don't know what's in it.
I see.
It still looks a little bit blurry,
Glitter snowstorm. Well,
but it's
looking
very
through water.
seasonally colored and it's cute.
It's looking through water.
So, nice and sparkly.
The scarecrow is drowning in a sea of
No.
glitter.
All right, Mr. O's got to make it nasty.
Not nasty.
All right.
Ironic.
Ironic?
Yes.
Okay. I was thinking of the other onic. Moronic?
Well, just send $1.99 plus shipping, and we will be happy to send it to you, Victoria.
No, we will not. It cost me more than that. All right.
Or Violet, rather. You're the one that wants it. Yes.
Who's up? It's Viddy, I think, right? Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What do I need to know about my love life? Single. Okay. My deck.
Indeed. Yes, I did mean Violet. Sorry. There's too many V's around here.
My Ghost and Spirit Oracle. Oh, I guess I did.
Back to
You're
writing.
Back to writing. Never stop. The Texas V's. You want
That's
one.
right.
Ah. I got it, I think it was like maybe 2 years ago now. Or maybe, yeah, I think I've used it
Yeah.
for 2 years. Yeah. They always have some type of things like this, and I mean, I can only have so many. Somebody broke my Christmas tree one. I'm very disappointed. I won't say who. Except it wasn't me. All right. Funny you mentioned that, Violet. Because it's here. Whoops. I held it upside down. It is here.
Yes, you're going to do that yourself.
What?
Well, you just threw me under the bus, so from now on you have to show pictures.
Oh, jeez. Brought down a few things today. I'm still using my Samhain Oracle, but I did bring down some other oracles if anybody needs an oracle reading later, so. It is a nice one. It very much is. I think I also have today, besides the Samhain, I still have the Crow Oracle, I have the Witch's Moon Magic Oracle, and I have this Earthly Souls and Spirit Oracle. Plus, I even have the Beloved Dead cards here. I've been thinking about doing that sometimes too. Okay, it's about love life,
Mm-hmm.
and they're currently single. What's happening? Well, we have the King of Swords reversed. We have the Three of Swords upright. We have the Seven of Wands reversed. I'm not happy about this.
Okay, in the Lenormand, there is the woman,
Okay.
the Inquirer, and the rats.
Wow. Oh, gee, Kritika.
No, this is
I'm
Viddy.
sorry. Viddy. Gee, Viddy.
So I'm almost wondering if there was a separation recently. That's the Three of Swords.
Well, not just that. The King of Swords, I think, might indicate that
Right,
too.
that could too, but that's the one that called out to me the most. The Seven of Wands also sort of seemed like maybe saying it was time to give something up, that there was something no longer worth fighting for. So I'm wondering if that was the relationship. The King of Swords maybe indicates that somebody themselves decided this, so it was either you or the other person did decide this, or that there was this idea that they wanted to have this separation, the sword separates. So what does that mean though for you going forward? It looks like maybe you're still going to...
Go ahead.
Did you...
No, I haven't said anything yet.
Then why don't you go ahead?
Ooh. Well, I was going to say about the 3 cards, Kritika, that, maybe you had recently, or whatever setback in a relationship you had has caused a real mark on you, a previous relationship. And maybe it is saying that somehow things aren't opening up for you yet because this is still weighing heavily on you, We have to find a way to move past this. The 7 of Wands reversed is, again, could be about that, like Mr. O had suggested, but it could also indicate right now that this whole thing has left you feeling rather vulnerable still and unsure about what the future holds. It may be causing you undue stress and anxiety. And until, maybe the more time or more healing has occurred or letting go, can things open up for you romantically?
I have to agree with that. I mean, when I look at the question again, I realize that 7 of Wands maybe is just saying this is the aftermath of that and what it really leads to now. The idea that you don't know where your strength to move on is, where your strength to be more of a proponent for a relationship for yourself. So you may in fact be waiting yourself just to see where things may take you. And that could be the King of Swords reversed too. Just the idea that you're not really effectively leading the way right now. You may sort of be just sort of waiting for something to happen.
Yeah, Mama T, I'm so sorry. We filled up so fast today. It was really fast. I'm sure within the first half hour even. So sorry about that.
Yeah.
We'll try to catch you soon, I hope. And good luck with the packing. Keep it going. Hoping for the best.
So the Lenormand?
Yeah. I like your 7 of Wands thing. I think here, Kritika, it's the idea too that, this is a time for you to make sure in the next relationship moving forward, you set some good firm boundaries for yourself and you believe and trust in yourself more. It may be this that might be holding things up right now. The rats and the mice are with you here, and I feel that it's saying that, there's some stress and anxieties over this. Maybe you're stressing too much about what's next for you in love, and you need to just let some of that go and let nature take its course now, Work on yourself for a while instead of trying to engage love. Sometimes when you do that, you'd be so surprised how love comes knocking on your door anyway. But for now, I think it's really important for you to focus on yourself and not stress this and think about where it's going next. Give it some time. I think you'll be glad you did.
So yes, the situation, Vidney, about a relationship or being single.
Oh, did I say critique? I meant Viddy.
You've done it twice now.
I know.
Is more complicated by the fact that maybe you might be worrying about it more than you should be. You should probably just try as much as possible to dismiss that and just open yourself up to the possibility of relaxing and letting the next wave come to you as it does.
That's what we have for you. I wish you luck with that.
All right.
And okay, I think I've got this one right. We're on Medea. Hi, Medea.
Yes, and it actually sounds like 2 questions, but we'll see how that works out.
I'll look at that
Don't you
in a
think?
moment. Your deck. What will happen to me in the near future? Oh, it is definitely disparate questions.
Well, we can't guarantee that we'll get both answers here.
Yeah, let's see what comes up. We'll see what we can do with that. But we only take 1 question per show, and if they're too far apart, it may not come out. But we'll see what the cards have to say. I feel that way today too, Mama T. This day has been flying by to me.
Not fast enough.
Look, it's 69 degrees now.
Okay, that's nice. So the first card is the Tower reversed. We can put that up there. And that's followed by Five of Swords reversed.
Oh, man.
Wow. And then followed by the Hermit reversed.
Boy, sometimes when our card takes they take a turn. This could relate to your situation.
It could.
Both of them, really. Let me get the Lenormand in this right now before we even start, because I think we need it.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm a little stiff in my neck and shoulder.
All right. The Broom. I love this card. And the Creepy Trail, which is the path. The Crossroads. I love that card. It's just cute. All right, well, but this reading is not that cute. So you're asking what you want to know will happen to you in the near future, and you know if the person you're interested in has left you. If they haven't left you already, they may just be doing that. They may be doing that. I think it might be surfacing in this reading, and maybe that is the focus, for what's happening to you ahead. The Tower is here, and it's reversed, and I never like to see the Tower reversed, because what it indicates to me is that, so there's a breakdown somewhere, and if we combine it with the Five of Swords, that breakdown could very well be because there's just some incompatibilities or some inability to get along with one another. It could be argumentative, or it just could be that you can't seem to find where you click, where you connect. And the Tower here just seems to indicate there's no way, it's like something's falling apart and there's no way to find your way through it. You haven't learned or taken in what you need to from each other in order to make something work. And the Hermit kind of indicates to me almost, in this case, because the Hermit can mean a number of things, that somebody is moving on, that somebody may be moving out into the world, and towards other people.
If this doesn't talk about that relationship, it may very well be. It talks about something similar with maybe other relationships. And there is the sense that maybe something is falling out from your life, like maybe your credibility or how you are seen by other people is really changing dramatically for some reason. And maybe people feel like you have disturbed something in some ways, or that you've done something wrong to their mind. So this may be that people are no longer feeling the same way about you for something you've done, perhaps. And I can't exactly get a handle on what that is, but maybe it's just an expectation too, that maybe somebody expected something of you that you weren't going or able or willing to do. And so that's a little bit of the Tower reversed, perhaps.
That doesn't necessarily mean it's your fault. It's their perception.
Right. Yes. I'll have to say that's true, very much so. And so it does feel like maybe somebody is willing to sacrifice what they have and just move on. And so once again, that could be the relationship, and that could be the Five of Swords saying it's just time to cut and run, as they might say, just to sort of really end the matter abruptly without, any real sense of closure or understanding.
It's either you or another, if this is relating to the other person, the Lenormand, they are at a crossroads and they want to sweep away, the past and move forward, I feel. But if this is you, I almost feel like you are at a crossroads too, and you want to move quickly now to better days, one way or another. You want things to be better. And, until they are, you feel like you're at this crossroads. But it's almost as if one or both of you are, if it's relating to that, are going to make that decision to move, I feel. And it seems like it may not be together. This may be a bridge too far, and you might be moving on.
That hermit could be that person, that you too. There's similar qualities there. And so the idea could be that getting away maybe sort of is a final statement, is a sense of saying what your truth is in the matter, that you're not going to recognize blame that others may be trying to put on you, but it still has the result of finding you sort of at an end point and maybe a new starting point. So that's what it looks like, is that really, as you move through that process, you probably are resetting yourself for something different.
That's what we have for you. I wish you luck with this.
Good luck.
Good luck.
And who's up?
It is Jennifer.
Jennifer. All right, and we still didn't get one, did we?
No, we're waiting. Go ahead and type, Jennifer.
There it is.
Will the finances job come together to relocate me and my daughter within this month? To the apartment I'm looking for. Okay.
A yes or no? How do you want to do that?
Oh, it's my deck too, isn't it?
I'm thirsty.
Thinking. I kind of want some nuance for this one. Let's try 3 cards, I think. Let's see what the financial conditions look like. Because it's also finances job. Let's see.
Right, and that's good for the Lenormand to maybe pick up on.
Oh, I like this in the beginning again. The 2 of Wands has appeared again. Upright. Strength is upright. Oh, and if you got to get a reversed card, this is not a bad one to get. It's the 8 of Swords reversed.
That's right. In the Lenormand, then, we get the bad cards.
Oh.
Well, we get the Mountain.
Ah.
First there is a mountain, then there is no mountain, then there is. And then we get the Bouquet.
Wow. Okay, well, who said it's going to be easy, right? Let's just say that about the Lenormand right from the get-go. But, let's take a look at this here. It really doesn't look too bad. I think, again, like we said in a previous reading, the 2 of Wands is about your strategizing, is about what you have put in place to make things happen, and obviously you're trying desperately to find the finances or the job to come together, so you really are going to have to strategize this. What's your strategy to make this happen? Work on it, and you know what? If you do, you'll be looking ahead and just waiting for, the rewards to come in. But you really are going to have to do the effort here.
It looks that way strongly to me as well, too. But it is a positive sign.
It is.
I think that strength, upright, combining with that 2 of
Yeah, I
Wands.
didn't go there yet. Go ahead.
Well, to me, I've done that. It just sort of indicates that there is some advantage to thinking the way you're thinking, that this is, and I think Banshee covers it a little better in the sense that it's like putting the strategy together, but I think there is a positive sign there for that to happen.
I think with strength, it's saying that you have to apply yourself, but do this in measured ways. It's not like you have to force the issue. You have to get desperate and just take anything that comes your way, you want to make sure that this is going to be sustaining for you. So, take the time necessary to do it right and take a more gentle rather than an aggressive approach. It says you have to work on it, but that doesn't mean you have to stress yourself out over it. Just do this calculated, carefully, and it should be okay.
Well, if you are currently in the job market now, then a lot of it is about perception, how the prospective employer looks at you. So that's what you're looking at, is how you come off to employers. But if you're already in the job market and you're just trying to see how that really works you towards your goal, that is also about how you work with others in terms of the impressions you have to make on them. So, for example, if you're borrowing money, how are you perceived from that person? That kind of situation.
Yep, we just finished your reading, Maria, so you can go ahead and watch it.
Yeah, it's the one we just finished.
All right. And that Eight of Swords, look at that. So basically, I feel like things may fall into place. You know what? The whole thing is here, too. I think Mr. O touched on this together, with strength. The Eight of Swords is exactly how people view you, or also how you view yourself. Do you feel you have what it takes? You have to be confident. You have to be secure in yourself when you go and try to land the jobs that will give you the money you need to make things happen. So it's all about you having confidence in yourself to move this forward, to put the right plan in place, to give it the right touch and approach. It just all looks pretty positive overall, But when we look at the bouquet in the mountains, all I would have to say about that is that, great rewards come to those who are willing, right, to climb the mountains, to overcome their obstacles. So don't fear the things you're going to have to do. Don't trust yourself that you have the strength to make this happen. If you want it bad enough, you're going to climb those mountains in order to achieve it. It may not necessarily come right away. You may struggle a little bit to get there, but I have a feeling, because bouquet is also a very positive card, you're going to get there.
Thank you. It's funny you said that, what you said there, Jennifer, working on your confidence, because just before you said that, I thought that's what the Eight of Swords is about too. But I was looking at strength when I thought that, and I thought, so some of this is that maybe within yourself, you are wrestling a little bit with the idea that maybe if you are showing your compassionate, softer side, that's viewed as weakness or something softer, and that's once again a perception. So it's not necessarily the wrong perception. Right. You'll have to figure that out, but maybe that gives you a clue to say that there is a way you can embody softer characteristics of yourself as well as more determined characteristics of yourself to show your level of confidence, or to be of confidence. So I know it's a little vague still, but that's just trying to give you some encouragement in that way. So good luck.
All right. Foxy is up. Let's hear it, Foxy.
Well, Foxy did give us some of that information already.
Did they?
Trying to decide between the two. Let's see.
I see.
Oh, I see. The two questions. Would I get bored if I moved to a place where only 1 or 2 seasons and no winter? Or is LA really... Well, they're tangential. Now, Chicago, all I know about Chicago is all my friends that live in Chicago, and I recently met a whole bunch of Chicago folks because I was there for about a week in August. They love Chicago. There's lots of culture there. There's lots of good eating there. Other people, though, who don't necessarily live in Chicago say, oh, they have a lot of violence right now.
Well, Chicago and LA, I think, would be equal in that regard, pretty much. LA has been known to have, its violent streaks.
Yeah. So, like anywhere, you just have to be careful and know that there's common sense things you do. You don't hang out in a neighborhood that most people would say, oh, that's a bad neighborhood.
You're welcome, Jennifer.
You're welcome.
So... why don't we leave it with the LA or Chicago? Because first off, if the seasonal thing may come up in there too that you're asking, So we'll do one side L. How did you word that? I want to see that again. One side LA, Chicago, the other side.
Okay. And today my Chicago peeps are telling me that it's cold over there. It's cold here, though, too, in Michigan.
There aren't safe parts of, well, I don't know. I'm sure some Chicagoans might argue with
Chicago's
that.
a big city.
But it is, it's like that in a lot of places these days. And I'd like to hope good people aren't leaving. And, I say this knowing full well some of the problems of Chicago because one of the teachers at my son's elementary
yes, I was
school
just thinking about that.
moved
just
out
now.
there and was murdered there.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And
it was just random stray violence. She was just somewhere where shots rang out and she was hit.
Yeah.
Cynthia.
So, bad things can happen anywhere, though, and they do all the time.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
All right, your deck, I guess, right?
Okay. What deck shall I use? I'll use my Tarot of the Northern Shadows. Well, right, we were a little concerned too because our granddaughter might go to Chicago to go to college, so
I don't know if she's really considering that.
it's probably not going to happen now. But at the time that it was of original thought, we thought, But of course, that's overreacting,
I didn't.
I did, okay.
Mr. O is very protective of our granddaughter, and no, rightfully so. I worry about anywhere she would go, okay? It's not around here. So, I just worry about her, period.
True dat.
All right, I'm curious to see what it'll say. It might point out that they're both going to have their issues that you're going to have to figure out what would be better for you. I love Chicago. I've loved it every time I go.
Yeah, I like Chicago. I do like Chicago. Okay, so the first side is LA, the second side is Chicago. Okay, so I do 1, 1, 2, 2.
Yeah.
All right, so card 1 for LA is Justice Reversed. Whoops.
Justice Reversed?
Justice Reversed.
Wow, and that's LA. Okay. And well,
Chicago has Knight of Discs Reversed. Okay.
interesting. I almost would have thought that would be switched around somehow, but okay.
Okay, card 2 for LA is Upright 5 of Cups. And card 2 for Chicago is Upright 9 of Discs. So it's kind of funny because their second cards were better than their first cards in a way. Well, in a way.
No, 5 of Cups is not.
Yeah, that's not that good, yeah.
So let's take a look at LA. Wow. I have the snake and the mice.
The vampire is the snake. And the mice is the mice. Mice are always mice, aren't they?
And this may sound negative, but remember, this is a Halloween-themed deck. It's not necessarily negative. For Chicago, I have the fox, Foxy. Almost sounds like you belong there, right? And the ball and chain, which is really the anchor.
Well, that's a nice package there, eh?
Yeah, let's take a look at this. Let's see what we have for you. Honest to goodness, right here, the 5 of Cups speaks of disappointment. Speaks of possible loss of some sort, whether it's romantic losses, sometimes it's emotional, because it's making
it's definitely emotional.
It's cups, it's making you feel emotional, whatever the case may be. And then you have Justice Reversed. It feels like you're not feeling like you get fair treatment there. The things are out of balance there. It's like you can't seem to make things work there in LA.
It could be that it's that much of a cultural rift in certain respects.
I don't know about culture, maybe.
Not the culture specifically per se, but the idea that lifestyle is so different in a way between your area now or not?
Well,
it's something more
lifestyle
for you to
then
say.
could be, but also just conditions. Maybe rents are going to be high. Maybe, places that you want to live, you're not going to be able to afford. Maybe there's going to be stiff competition for the type of job you would like. It could be things of that nature that bring you down. And it could be maybe relationships. Maybe people there are flakier. I'm not judging California. I'm just looking at the cards and trying to give you reasons why you could be disappointed in being there.
Well, LA and vampires, it just sort of goes together, doesn't it?
In a sense, it does. And this also shows me with the snake and the mice or the rats, that it indicates to me you've got to be very careful. There's a lot of shysters who want to take advantage of you out there, whether it is financially or otherwise. With the snake and the mice together, I would say watch it.
So you're right, LA's not looking that good.
So take a look at Chicago. Chicago has some ups and downs. For example, that Knight of Discs here. That Knight of Discs indicates to me that, money might be in flux a little bit there, Some more out than coming in. It might be hard for you to find, the right job to pay the rent there, as a matter of fact.
Maybe some factors are draggy for you over there. Maybe things are going too fast for you, or you're going too fast for them.
You're going too fast. Maybe things are a slower pace. It's the Midwest after all. It's a different kind of mindset here. And so, they might be at a different pace that kind of drags you down. But there is that.
Yes.
And it says there that, you could build a kind of comfortable life for yourself there where you feel secure and safe. And the only reason I'm adding that safety word in is because of the anchor, too. But we'll get to that in a minute.
Well, I was just going to say, though, that maybe things are a little slower, more paced, slower, because they more or less have their eye on the prize in a different way than LA does. And, of course, that is kind of an eye on the prize in a sense, the idea of knowing what it is you have acquired or having a sense of what your acquisitions are, whether it's going to school even. That's an acquisition too, your education.
Yeah, and so I would just say to you that it looks as though from those two cards, you could build a long-term, a better, life for yourself there than potentially in LA. It looks as though, like I said, finances will flux a bit though. And maybe that falls in line with jobs, maybe job security there might be an issue in the beginning at the very least. But as I look at the fox and the anchor, it almost indicates to me that you could find a career that you could build off of here, that you could be stable in. Because what does an anchor do? It holds you into place. The fox is often about a couple of different things. It can be about, a sexy person. It can be about a career or job. And the anchor is about stability, security, and support. And so I feel like you could find something that could support you here. Whether it's a person, an individual you anchor yourself to,
well, this
or it's a job or
seems to
career.
be like, being well maintained too.
Yeah.
So
that's why I say those things
there
kind
are
of
more
all
signs on
fit
that side.
together.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'd have to say Chicago, Chicago.
I like Chicago. If I didn't live in Detroit but had to live in a big city, Chicago would probably be one of my next choices.
We could come visit you.
Uncle Obie and Aunt Banshee.
Banshee.
Right.
Silly man. All right. Well, good luck with that. Now about the weather. Well, I would definitely say that there may be some things, even in LA, you may find disappointing about that. You might miss, having all the seasons. And, in Chicago, clearly, I think there are sometimes you'll want to be a little bit of a hermit. With that Nine of Pentacles there, though, it seems like, you could grow things and stuff, and there's 4 seasons, but there's definitely periods where you want to be on your home front and staying more at home during those cold, blustery days. That's what I would say is the trade-off with the weather here. So, good luck with that.
All right.
Preeti is up. Well, even during the, I have to tell you though, I will say this, Foxy, from my experience of watching weather patterns here, a lot of the weather that comes our way, that might be severe, especially in the summer months, the tornadoes, the spring, summer, they often come through Chicago first and then head up our way. And so Chicago seems to be a nexus point for a number of weather patterns, whether it's winter or summer. So one thing I could say for certain for you, there's never going to be a dull moment in Chicago. Yeah.
All right, so Preeti gets a general. Well, we're sorry about that, Madia. It did
I'm
seem
sorry
to
to have
like
told
that.
you that. That reading was not a very happy one.
It was rather blunt.
Yeah. So good luck going forward. Okay, so what is our question again?
It's a general.
Oh,
for
general.
Preeti.
Got it. All right, I'm ready. The Ten of Pentacles is reversed. Ace of Cups is reversed. The Devil's reversed. What do you got?
Stork. And the Coffin.
Well, I'd say here with the Ten of Pentacles reversed and the Ace of Cups reversed, it looks like something is going to make you feel bad. I don't know if this has to do with family issues. This could have to do with money or finance. Oftentimes, the Ten of Pentacles can be about inheritance or legacies, but it could also just involve, really heady family matters. There's going to be some disappointment here with the Ace of Cups. Either somebody says something or does something in the family that causes a little bit of discord and discohesion, so that seems to be what might be coming towards you. The Devil seems to indicate to me, since it's reversed though, that you might be able to break free from whatever this is pretty unscathed. In other words, whatever's going on, maybe a family drama that is not involving you directly, Preeti, but it could be involving others.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. It could be involving others. I think, you will be able to kind of get around it.
Well, it's kind of weird because it's sort of talking about something really in particular, so I don't know how much of a general reading it is. I'm just wondering, is there a younger person in your environment who's kind of acting out right now? They're looking for their limitations. I sort of get the feeling like the family stuff, that's the Ten of Pentacles?
Yeah.
Yeah. The family stuff could be about younger person or persons who's resisting authority or doesn't feel loved for some reason, doesn't feel like they're cared about. Is that you? I don't know. It's not necessarily a younger person. It just kind of came to mind. But I do feel like maybe there's squabbling around a home environment, or there's somebody who's challenging the status quo in some way, somebody who feels like, they are questioning what they're given, in terms of emotionality, whether they feel loved or not. I'm really vague here.
No, that's okay. This is kind of an odd reading, and it is a general reading, like Mr. O said. So I'm going to toss another idea out there. This can be about finances. And so there may be something right now, that is making you worried about your long-term financial health and well-being. And you're disappointed, you're nervous about your progress, your goals, your financial goals not being met, and you're looking for a way out. You're looking for this way out that will bring you more security, more a sense that things are on track again, and allay some of your disappointments.
So it could also be, too, that if there's any kind of, bickering or arguing going on in this environment, with people who have disagreements with each other, that some of this, I think, is also about people really kind of setting their line in the sand, saying what they will or won't do. So it's going to be hard getting through some of that. I think that there's not a good line of communication that's actually open here.
Well, and the Lenormand kind of bothers me too, because I'm trying to figure out how this fits into the above. All I can say is something is coming to an end, some new beginning, or something that maybe a change that you wanted to initiate is not going to happen. So this may be something separate from this, or it may be tied into this. It's possible that the Lenormand is the key here and is causing the rest of this disruption. In other words, some change or new beginning that you were hoping to initiate is not happening. It's stuck. It's just not happening. And that is causing the rest of what I had said. So I won't rule that out either. It's either causing this rift in the family, or it's causing you to really question your financial security long term and making you feel kind of disappointed and upset emotionally, and you're looking for a way out.
Was somebody trying to do something, and did they have their hopes kind of dashed in some way? I'm not sure, but it could be something like that.
So that's what I see for you. That's the best I can say with these cards, Preeti. I wish you luck with that.
Alrighty.
We're on Siama, who wants a general also. My goodness. We finally made it to the last half of the list. And we only have a half hour to go, so we are going to move.
Oi. Okay, General for Siama.
There is some overtime in the future. Oh boy, I wonder how the Lions did. I went on a limb for them again. In a prediction. Man, if I become 3 for 3, I'm going to be, I don't want to get jaded now. I know anything goes in the season ahead. Did you drop one? Ah.
Okay, the first one
I'm not going to jinx it.
is the Nine of Wands reversed. And then it's the Four of Cups upright. And then it's the Eight of Cups upright.
Eight of Cups. Oh. That changed what I was going to say. As soon as I saw that Nine of Wands reversed and the Four of Cups, I was going in a particular direction. I'm going to have to rethink that. But let's get this Lenormand out there. We have the house, the haunted house. Uh-oh. And the vampire's back, the snake. Drat.
It's the Tarot of the Animal Lords. You're talking about the tarot, right, Jackie? The Lenormand is called the...
Oh, the Halloween Lenormand.
Right.
Yeah. Well.
All right, thank you, Violet. Okay.
All right, so the this is the Nine of Wands here. You know, I wanted to put those two together, and maybe I still will. Before you totally give up on something, before you toss in the white flag on something here, Siama, I want you to give it more thought. You know, the cards are saying maybe you want to think about this more first, you know. Is there anything else you can do to right this situation? Is there an opportunity here that perhaps you're not seeing? So, you know, before you give up on something completely, give it some more thought. But I think ultimately it may be your destiny to move on to something else that will be higher for you, that will bring you more satisfaction, not just financial, not just emotional, but something that really fills you, you know, that completes you. So I think here, you know, that you want to still give this more thought before you let it go, because maybe that opportunity is there and you don't have to go anywhere for it. Just make sure that it is the right thing to do. But ultimately, I really do feel you're going to be moving on. And I think part of the reason is from what I see in the Lenormand, and I'll talk about that in a moment.
Yes, that reverse Nine of Wands says you're no longer interested in doing this anymore. You sort of feel that you know it's not going to work out, but you're still not exactly sure which direction to go. And you see some choices, but you're not willing to choose just yet. You need to know more, perhaps. And I think it's like what Banshee says, where you may end up going is somewhere that really just sort of shines out to you and says, this is the path you should go to. And it may be that it's a little different from what you're doing, but you really feel it will take you away from what you feel is difficult now, or will just take you towards something better.
Right. And what I see down here is that you have to look, you know, you may be very attached to whatever it is you want to give up, you know, or you're ready to give up on. You may be very attached. And because maybe you feel safe and secure where you're at, Siama, and don't want to move on to something else. But this snake is saying don't deceive yourself in thinking that this is the best place for you. There's something better to consider out there. There's something that will be better for you if you are willing to give it up and, you know, look for ways to move on.
That was pretty stunning. I like how you pulled that out with that one there. I'm sure I wouldn't have come up with that.
Thank you.
But I do feel that with the Lenormand, it's kind of what she's saying there, that, you know, in some ways, you know, some of those other cards were also your sense of really, maybe if it wasn't actually deceiving yourself, just not really being able to see it for yourself, you know, that just somehow you weren't seeing it or you weren't allowing yourself to see it. And once you do, you realize you do have to just try better, that, you know, what you feel you're protecting is not strong enough. You have to really go for more. And so you're going to do that. It's just going to take you a while to really decide that for sure, but you will.
That's what we have for you, Siama. Good luck with that. All Dr. Right. V is up. Hi, Dr. V.
And we got the question.
What are the reasons for CU's failed attempt at marriage? Okay, let's see.
That's going to be your deck.
Yep. I used this deck today, the Trick or Treat Tarot, for my Lion's prediction. Okay. Boy, and this came up twice in my Lion's prediction. This is really interesting. It's the Ace of Wands reversed. The Eight of Cups reversed. And the Two of Wands upright.
Oops. All right, in Lenormand, the heart, and we are asking about heart rate question, and then the tree.
Wow, that's interesting because it was a failed attempt. Okay. The Ace of Wands may indicate to me that things just didn't go right from the get-go, maybe. You know, the Ace of Wands is reversed here, which kind of means a false start or a net. You know, that there was trouble right from the start, in my opinion. Something either wasn't planned right or thought out right or given the time it needed to really grow. Maybe what I want to say is maybe the effort failed after the fact. I mean, it's one thing to want something. It's another thing to put the work in necessary to make it happen, right?
Right. Well, you know, just the idea that it's an Ace of Wands reversed is indicating that something wasn't right with it, that it wasn't either conceived in some sort of sense of honesty or understanding the nature of everything, the work needed to go into it. You know, marriages can be lots of things, but they're also too, you know, a business arrangement of sorts. And so everything, you know, has to more or less achieve some sort of parity with each other. You know, you can agree on where it does or it doesn't, but it just looks like, you know, that's one of the reasons was it wasn't planned well, or maybe it was delayed too often. I mean, maybe there were delays that were going on with it and it should have happened sooner, but it didn't. You know, that could be a possibility. I'm looking at that Eight of Cups reverse though.
Go ahead.
And
Next there.
Maybe it didn't happen sooner because somebody wasn't able to totally give up something else they were doing and look at the marriage as taking them beyond that. That maybe there was either another relationship or some other situation, and even if it wasn't another romantic relationship, but maybe it was a relationship that they couldn't get beyond. Maybe it was something that was really, you know, a friendship that they should have let go, or a situation with a parent or somebody else that they should have said, that's your problem, it's not mine, I'm getting married. But they didn't do that, and that was probably a screw up too.
Yeah, you know, I don't know, but it looks to me like there's something that was holding them back from wanting to move forward with this, or they were up against something, you know, that wanted to block this marriage. It's one or the other. Is either coming from they themselves, or maybe it was coming from an external source. I'm not gonna rule that out. But something was blocking their ability to move forward, and it may be some loose ends from the past. It could be past feelings over somebody else, or a relationship not ending. They're not sure, decided what they really wanted in life. That's possible as well. Just throwing some ideas out there, but this is definitely something that blocked this move forward. Definitely.
But then it ends on the Two of Wands.
It does. And but I wonder here if this is because somebody, you know, whether it was the other party or they themselves, were re-strategizing where they wanted to go in life. What was it they truly wanted? And again, you know, this is like why perhaps they had a lot to do with backing off.
Well, there's always, yeah, I like that, what you said there. And there's always a sense, too, with the Two of Wands that maybe somebody decided they had achieved something and maybe there would be time for them to re-strategize or to just put that off. But it was in the future for them. But they may have decided to pull back because they felt they had went where they needed to go. And so that could be with how they looked at the marriage failing or the idea that it was going to fail.
Do you want me to work my Lenormand magic with those cards?
Go right ahead.
So how do I take two positive cards in a reading about failure? You know, we have the tree and we have the heart here. Well, Dr. V, in relation to your question, I think what this is saying is that they really needed, this person really needed more time to grow in their feelings. They needed to give this more time than they did, and also to make, to make this work, to make this marriage happen. They needed to put more effort into it to really understand the other person more, maybe, or vice versa. It's one or the other here, where the other person either was not doing it. It could be on both ends, which is why this failed. Depending on cultural standards here, that's why I'm hedging the way I word that.
Well, I do feel it is about, the idea that the human heart has potential for growth, but maybe it wasn't really being realized in the best way possible, or that maybe there were other things in the heart space that were going to grow instead. Feelings for other people, not necessarily romantic, but for other concerns.
I think about this tree in relation to that Ace of Wands reversed, in that, trees take a long time to grow. They do. You put them in and they're tiny. And, this wand said right from the get-go, this was kind of almost doomed to failure because people wanted something more instantaneously to happen and didn't want to give it the time necessary for growth to occur.
Yeah, and I can kind of see that with the second card too, because they were just putting off the inevitable movement they needed to make.
So that's what we have for you in that situation, Dr. V.
All right,
I hope
Dr.
that made
Victor.
sense to you. Good luck with that.
Moving right along. Shirley,
Hi, Shirley.
what are Alva Leo's current feelings, thoughts, intentions, and next actions towards you? Okay, well, let's see. I'm going to once again use my Nefertari
Okay.
golden.
Let me grab these.
Not sure what that was.
Hey, Shirley.
Hi, Shirley.
Right.
One more.
All right.
Queen of Wands, upright. The Devil. And the Two of Swords reversed. The Fox. Once again, the Fox. And the Gate, or its regular name, of the Mountain. Well, Alva Leo, I don't know. Those first two cards I thought, okay, there's something seriously physical going on there, that maybe they want to impress you as well as possess you. The Queen of Wands, of course, is very much vivacious. It's sort of like saying, definitely want to stand out in the crowd or want to stand out to you kind of thing. The Devil, of course, could be saying that there is a sense of possessiveness that isn't always necessarily healthy, but it could also just be saying, too, that there would be a lot of intense physicality going on, perhaps. I'll stop there for now.
This is such an odd reading with those Lenormand too. So, I think they're highly attracted to you. Their intentions, their feelings, they're highly attracted to you. I like what he said about possession, but it could be also obsession. They maybe do have obsessive feelings and desires for you, which, on the one hand can be very positive, but on the other hand can be somewhat stifling. But the Two of Swords, that's swords, right?
Yes.
The Two of Swords here indicates movement of some sort. I think that could be positive, that maybe they are about to make a move or a decision. Maybe is what you're asking about, what their intentions are moving forward. Well, maybe they are thinking of doing something or making a move or making their intentions known. However, then I've got the Mountain and the Fox, and I'm trying to figure out here, okay, what's blocking this? The Mountains are definitely some blockages, some obstacles towards, moving towards this sensuality, this relationship that they want. Now, the Fox can be about that, passion and sensuality and sexy behavior. I'm not going to go into it. But it can also be about career. So I don't know, are they working right now? Are they in between jobs? Are they having some difficulties that they're dealing with in other areas of their life that might be holding them back right now? There's definitely something that is blocking them.
Is it possible that maybe all of this passion we're seeing is also about the career, and so maybe there's a sense of confusion or a sense of them trying to figure out the balance point, where the intersectionality between trying to pursue a new relationship as well as, their careers, desires, or goals. Just wondering. But so sometimes Swords reversed, Two of Swords could talk about some sense of balance, but it's also really about saying, like, maybe you were in a pause and now that pause could be over.
Hi, SP. We've got notes up saying the list is closed. We're sorry. We closed within the first half hour today, so you got to get here kind of early.
A graduate program. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty intense too.
That may be what might be blocking this right now, I think you said you're feeling physicality from him. I think that's very evident here in the cards. I think there's feelings beyond friendship here, at least by the card's sake, So there's something blocking, and it may very well be, what he is involved in other aspects of his life right now. So I think that's what's blocking this from moving anywhere forward at the moment. But you may find out something. You may, there may be some moves that may give you some idea, of where he stands, where this person stands.
The only other thing that I would mention is that the devil could be talking about how we really kind of enslave ourselves to something, and maybe if this isn't really about, the idea of trying to get more in line with you, it is again talking about, their graduate school, that they really have to be very single mind focused and pursuing that. So I think it kind of shows in and out of the reading, and so you're right, probably the gate hasn't opened yet for when, you can really move closer towards each other. So you'll have to play it, as you can see it, with, just seeing if, you can keep love alive while, or the possibility of love alive while things are working out. That's what we have.
Highly possible. Well, hopefully he'll stay in contact sooner, but, I'm not sure anything will, gel romantically between you during this time. He probably does need to focus on finishing his education, I think.
Well, but he seems like he's capable of having, more than, one focus, so maybe not. Maybe...
Yeah, it's hard to say.
You'll have to tell us what seems to come out.
Good luck with that.
Good luck.
And we're on Alicia, moving along. We still have 7 readings after that.
I know.
All right.
I know.
Keep you focused.
Yeah.
All right. Am I on my other Halloween deck? Why, yes, I am. All right.
Looks like it's Angel, actually.
Oh, is it Angel?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Well,
Alicia is after Jackie, who's after Kara, who's after Angel.
Oh, my goodness. I must have messed up my list. Angel, Kara, Jackie, and then Alicia. Okay.
So they want the single oracle.
I don't know how I did that. Sorry. Okay, the oracle. Gotcha. Let's go with the Earthly Souls one. Why not? It is a beautiful deck. More. Okay. Well, it is create. And it basically, oh, what do you got there? Stars. And the crossroads. You create your thoughts, Angel Rivera. Your thoughts create your intentions. And your intentions create your reality. That's a quote from Wayne Dwyer. Create is plan, begin, and shape. Live by the moon. A new lunar cycle will begin after the dark moon. And we have a new moon coming, don't we? The slightest silver crescent moon will begin to show, wax, and grow. You are the creator of your blank canvas. Cast your intentions and make your vision a reality. Cultivate your seeds, water them, and watch them grow. Be your own architect. Build your realm exactly as you need it to be. Your mind's creativity will open and begin to flow endlessly. It is now time to begin your work, bringing your vision into reality. Do not let fear or uncertainty hold you back. Forge ahead with fire in your heart and conviction in your soul. And here's an intention. Time to create positive change in your life. Sow your seeds now for your new endeavors to grow. So, following the cycle of the moon here, with the dark moon coming, it is time for you to create, to bring to life something that you have been, thinking about. The slightest, this is the time to take that blank canvas and put something on it, Mr. Rivera.
Right, because you're at the crossroads and you should be moving yourself towards what the stars indicate. Destiny. This is the destiny.
Right. And I think what this is saying, determine what it is you want to grow, what it is you want to create. And you know what? You have some time here before that new moon hits, so think about it. And, the stars are saying there's a lot of hope and optimism surrounding a new endeavor at this time. It's just up to you to, put something on that blank canvas. I like it. So good luck with that. It's a very creative time for you. There's a lot of potential during this time. And whatever you set out there has the potential to grow for you. So who could ask for better than that? And that's what we have for you, your single oracle card. Good luck with that. Thank you.
All right.
And Kara is up. Hi, Kara.
I think I'll use the Tarot of the Northern Shadows.
That's right. It's your deck. Great. Oh, you know what? I still have Merwin on the list. That's where I am wrong, too. Okay. It was a very interesting reading. I hope you enjoyed that. I think that you can get results by putting something out there.
So is this the...
The reading is again, the ancestors. Yes. Yes.
All right. So, card 1. What does your ancestors want you to know? And it's the 3 of coins upright. So the ancestors want you to know that you should be the person in charge of the project. You should be the person who can work with others and can show what the direction should be, as well as what the craftsmanship or the solutions that are necessary, or what kind of work, sharing the quality of the work, the education surrounding the work, all of that.
3 of Pentacles, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Your ancestors want you to know that they're your team. They're your power team here. I really feel that they want you to take the lead on something in your life, but they want you to know that they are right there to support your progress and your growth.
Well, that's better than mine.
So why is this important?
6 of Swords.
Because you need to move on to something that will be more satisfying, fulfilling, and bring some sense of tranquility and calm into your life, This is a time for you to try to make things that will bring joy and harmony and peace into your life. Whatever you're being called upon to do, or what your ancestors want you to know and what they want to help you with, is to take you to a much better place.
Right. The 6 of Swords is all about that the ancestors want you to be able to move away from what is the problems now. What are the things that hold you back? Because they know that with them as your team, like Banshee said, they can help you find what you need to find. Go where you need to go.
And so where is this heading? I hope somewhere good.
The King of Swords.
Bada boom.
Well,
wow.
A very important decision, or a very important quality of being able to run your own life, to implement the things you want to do the things you want to do, to guide or to decide or to fight for what you want.
This is definitely you in control of your destiny here, This better place that they want to take you to is a place where you will feel much more stable, much more secure. Maybe you will be pursuing things that have more of an intellectual angle to them, some more studies, or, things that really engage you mentally. Which is interesting considering, all of this is interesting considering my next card, Kara. Your ancestors really want the best for you. So, maybe during this dark part of the year, I would definitely call on them more, because I'm seeing something really positive here. Let's take a look.
Pumpkin and clover.
Yes.
The pumpkin is the clover. And the tree, the spooky tree.
In other words, all of this is going to be leading to a period in your life where luck and good fate and good things, synchronicities, are all going to start happening together. You're going to grow. You're going to grow into a space and time where everything just seems to be falling in place for you. And in a sense, I don't know that the 6 of Swords takes you to a place that's necessarily lucky like that, but it's such a tranquil, much better, smoother, happier place that only good things can happen there, and you will feel growthful there. So I think that's what the ancestors want for you right now, and they may be able to help you achieve that.
The Lenormand really seems to be talking about what happens if you follow the tarot, if you accept the ancestors as your team and you work with them to achieve those things, then really the growth you will begin to achieve will be nothing less than lucky. Will just seem like totally fortuitous, that everything you want to grow will grow easily. All right, Kara.
Holy moly, Kara. That's a power reading there.
That was a really awesome reading.
Nice one.
We're just power drilling through them, eh?
And so we are on Jackie. All right, Jackie wants to know about a move. I think we should do the 3 cards again on this one. Just my feelings on that.
And you're welcome. And look at that. Suddenly, even though it's after 4, we were down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yay! It's good to see the finish line. I have to admit, we get a little tired.
Who am I missing? Oh, it's Jackie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Never mind. My list is fine. I'm just losing
You
it.
didn't need to do that.
Hey.
Hay is for horses.
Hey.
And sometimes smart humans.
That would be me.
I won't argue. It's your deck.
Oh, is it?
For Jackie.
I could have sworn I just did my...
No, I did the Tarot of the Norse Shadows for
Then I never used this deck yet, which I must.
Yes, you have it.
Well, silly.
Trust me.
Silly.
Sounds like a bad joke, but I like it. Hey, Jackie, thanks for waiting. I know it's going to be a little bit later over there in the UK.
Yeah.
You're probably around 1 in the morning, or is it only noon, midnight?
Are you in the UK? Or I thought you might be
believe they're in
in
the UK.
California. I'm not sure. Am I mixing you up with someone else?
Or I'm wrong.
Don't mind me.
Sweets! We need cupcakes. You know,
He's been dying for
thought
sugar.
we were going to have cupcakes.
He told me I have to be better. And then when I don't buy the sugary stuff, he's like, where's the sugar? Where's the sugar?
So it's only 9 p.m. there. Good.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought you were later, like maybe about 8 hours from us, which would be midnight. But that's good.
All right.
Where's my cupcakes?
Oh my God.
I'm like the pigeon, but I want a cupcake. Okay.
The Queen of Swords.
So let's repeat the question again.
Okay,
I'll do it.
considering a long-distance house move, will it happen in the next 12 months and work out well? So the Queen of Swords is up right here. Let's lay all the cards out. Oh, wait a minute. Are the ghost swords?
No, the bats are swords.
The ghosts are cups, right?
Right.
Yep. Okay, so it's Page of Cups reversed. Thank you. And then the Magician upright. So a little bit of a mixed bag. It won't be perfectly easy, let's just say. But let's see what his Lenormand has to offer, too.
I thought we were doing your reading for this.
No, it's
okay.
how to move.
Got it.
Okay.
Right. Mixed messages. Yeah. So the house.
Oh. And?
The fox.
Okay.
It comes down to business, perhaps.
Maybe. Comes down to smarts at any rate. That's where the Queen of Swords comes in too, now that we're starting there. You know, the Queen of Swords upright is indicating that, it's funny, a lot of times I'll go to that middle card first. I hop all over the place. But today, everything just seemed to make sense to go right in a row with all the cards I've drawn.
Crystal clear vision, except I lost mine due to your crystal.
The Queen of Swords indicates, Jackie, that, you know, plan your moves wisely. You know, the Queen seems to know how to do that. Analyze it from top to bottom, what you need to do. It seems as though, you know, you have the clarity of mind on this. You know what you want. Now you just got to figure out how to get there and how to make that move.
Well, I think for you, part of the problem, though, is that, of course, most of this decision does fall on you. And so you sort of feel this as a kind of gripping responsibility to some degree. You feel you're capable of it, but there isn't really anyone who shares this decision or the weight of the decision as much as you do.
Okay, I guess.
I had to say that.
I'm good with that. So the Page of Cups reversed indicates to me that there's a tendency, there could be a tendency here for you to get kind of, let your imagination run away with you, and not be grounded in the reality of the situation. Now, that's where this Queen should come in. You really need to let your head rule over your heart in this. You may have a lot of fanciful thoughts or feelings about what you want, what your hopes are, what you envision your future to be, but they have to be grounded in reality, right? And you have to really think things through.
Right, because what's going to happen, I think, is you're going to feel unimpressed. You're going to feel like maybe things are not going towards your vision. That's going to bother you, and so that may put a certain level of doubt into the overall process. And you want to watch that, because if you doubt it too much, then you may feel like now's not the time, and you may just forego your plans, and you'll lose that momentum if there is any there.
And there you are at the end. Look at that. Magic Man.
He's a magic man. Yeah.
I'll let him sing this time. Okay, that's enough. Cut.
Ann Wilson, I am not. But
Honestly,
I have a lot of heart.
This indicates you do have the ability to manifest what you desire. You have to put your will, your strength, determination, and roll up those sleeves. Magic spells need a little bit of work and oomph behind them to make it happen. You just can't pull a rabbit out of your hat. But you can make it happen. You can with your will, your desire, your smarts, make this move happen in the time period that you want. And I think...
Goodness gracious.
I know.
Don't die on the show.
Well, you were coughing a lot before, and I...
Yeah, but...
Blocking my interpretations, by the way.
You're coughing all the time, though, anymore, and you're clearing your throat all the time.
No, I'm not. During the show, how many times did I do that?
I'm not talking about just this show. All the time.
Okay. Whatever. I don't see any different from you. Anyway, what would our show be without at least one moment of bickering? So, I think here you have the definite ability to pull this thing off, and that I think I'm not getting a lot of impression here on how you're going to feel after, but I do sense that it will probably be successful. We'll talk about the Lenormand once he does the Magician.
All of this is dependent upon or incumbent upon your abilities to really stay focused and to believe and to really, not back down on things. And that there is this moment of what I consider to be less than being impressed that may cause you to, want to reconsider. Come on, you. But you can do it because this card says you can do it. You just have to keep reminding yourself and keep focused on doing it.
Also, you have to make sure you have everything in place. And again, that's where that analytical Queen of Swords energy comes into play here. Now, let's take a look at the bottom here. Look, there's a house. Your question was about a move, And so I feel here the fox is saying, through using your head, being smart, to making the right moves, being crafty, you should be able to obtain the new home.
So a lot of this really looks like in the end, too, that despite using all of these abilities or powers you have to stay focused and, to wiggle your nose for the magic, you will have to be as crafty as possible, too, that maybe because of the particular market at the time this really starts to go down, we'll call for some, fluidity in how you deal with certain situations or stuff like that. And, as somebody who's bought a house before, as you probably have too, there's all kinds of things that just keep happening and switch it up, and and now there's this fee that you didn't know about, and now there's that fee, or now this test has to happen, or that test. So you have to stay focused.
Play it smart, and I think that Fox really lines up well with that Queen of Swords. I also think it could line up well with the Magician too, in that, just the Fox is also about work. So I don't know if you're going to need to find a job in long distance the place you move. If that is the case, I do believe you will find what you're looking for. You will find something that will help make this possible. So all in all, I think it's going to work out. Wishing you luck with that.
Good luck.
Alicia is now up, I believe. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Posted the question, just in case. What should I know about what's coming towards me in October? Okay. And that would be Mr. O's deck. I did have water at the ready. I think I might have had a little piece. What are you talking?
Well, I did it for you.
Thank you.
That's okay.
I drank some right on set and stuff.
Well, yeah, I kept coughing.
No, it was after the coughing thing.
If you say so.
Well, now that I'm on air and he's gone, I can talk about him. Basically, though, he's right. The coughing has been a little bit bad lately, but this is fall, and as soon as the leaves start turning, my allergies and my asthma starts to kick in a little bit more. So this is probably the time of year I need to use my daily maintenance twice a day. I take it twice a day when I need to, and once a day otherwise. So I think I'm going to have to start doing that. Anyway. Da, 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 da. Let's all do the Jeopardy theme while Mr. O's gone. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. Did I do that okay? I hope I did. Anyway, so pretty soon, I swear I'm going to do it. I'm going to do an unboxing of the Beloved Dead deck. So stay tuned for that. I'll be a video on our website soon, and I'm going to start using this more often. I did the Jeopardy theme while you were gone.
I was in the bathroom.
Potty break.
And that theme sure did resonate.
Did it?
No. So, what's the question from Alicia?
Alicia wanted to know...
That's a good one, Violet.
what they should know, what's coming towards them in October, and I believe it's your deck?
Yes. Yeah. Tarot of the Ancestor deck. Well, I'm sorry about that.
That's okay, Mr. O. We could have ended sooner, but when you gotta go, you gotta go. It's like...
A minute? A half a minute even?
That was more than a minute. I'm counting your water break too, you know.
I do it because I love you all.
Ah. All right.
So our first card is the Four of Sacred Circles. That's the Four of Pentacles. Another four, but it's reversed, the Four of Wands. Swords. And then the 10 of sacred circles or pentacles, but that's also reversed. Little Goblin from the Lenormand. And the dagger, which is the cross.
Right. That hasn't come up today.
No, it hasn't.
Ooh. Something might be going on in your family, Alicia. You know, whether it's your I don't, you know, whether you're married, if you're married, you have children, you know, in your family unit, or, you know, with your family. Could be your tribe, maybe. I won't rule that out. But I'm starting with that 10 of Pentacles there, obviously, and looking at, you know, somebody wanting you to make a move or something. You know, that 4 of Swords is reversed. And you might not want to. Or somebody is being recalcitrant. Somebody is standing their ground and holding their, you know, holding their values or valuables or values even. I can't rule out that it isn't about money too, because we've got, you know, the 10 of Pentacles reversed and this 4 of Pentacles upright, which could be about things of value. So it could be about money. Issues that just blow up, and somebody wants somebody to make a move, and they're trying to rush this. They're trying to make this happen fast, and it may not be in your best interests. You know, somehow you're involved in this in some way.
I'm wondering if there's care issues, either for a parent or for somebody, and maybe there are, you know, problems about, you know, how much the care costs, or who has to juggle around responsibilities to do some of that. It sort of seems like it could be a family issue, or that it's an issue involving somebody's need to heal themselves in some way, or giving them time to heal or to change their situation. But there is this idea about whose responsibilities are at stake here, who has to maybe give up more to help this out to some degree. And I'm not exactly sure where you fit into that. Maybe that's why you're asking the question, because right now it's not clear who's going to be doing what.
Well, if that 4 of Swords was upright, I might have went that way, because believe me, that crossed my mind. It really did. I was thinking about health issues in the family that could be, you know, could involve some financial worries or concerns. But, and so I'm not going to rule that out, because, you know, the 4 of Swords reversed can be about recovery. And so, you know, the issue is, you know, somebody might be trying to recover and need some resources in order to do so. And there may be some squabbling about the care, that's for sure. But you know, we also have the child in this reading, which is concerning to me a little bit too. I don't know if this involves a younger person. You know, we have the cross right next to the child, which would be some grief or worry connected with the child. But it could also mean that, you know, some of the worries and stuff may build up slowly over time.
Well, that cross dagger kind of echoes the sense of the 4 of Swords with some of its imagery too.
If it were upright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I still kind of feel it in a way.
Well, go ahead with that then.
Well, so I just wonder if this means that really, whether it is about somebody who can't necessarily take care of themselves, a minor person or a person who's conflicted in some ways, that this is something that has to be done delicately for some reason or the other, to make sure that everything is, you know, done right here. That maybe, you know, there's interlapping or oversecting areas of interest that is what make this a hard question to figure out.
Well, and I think this affects you, but it, whether it affects you directly or you're involved in the situation that somebody else is in. Like, for example, let's just say a family member is getting divorced or somebody and there's issues involving a child, or the care of a child or somebody younger. I'm also not totally wedded that it has to be somebody younger. It could very well be that somebody younger is causing grief in this situation, that's unfolding here, that it may be about, an older relative or something like that. But I'm not going to rule out that it's not a child. It just strikes me that that's there. So there may be some worries connected with a child, but it also could mean that these worries are going to build up over time because a child takes small steps. And unfortunately, the cross talks about longer-term grief or worries. So this thing isn't going to go right away. It may develop in October, and it may be hanging around with you for a while, this situation that's going to, involve you in some way. I don't know. I would say...
It's a tough nugget.
Yeah, it's tough, and it's involving money, finances, or family matters that are of a... that could involve a long-term nature of some sort. So I wish you luck with that. I hope that made some sense.
Yeah, we might have to
it may not
tackle
make
this one
sense
again.
Yeah. You have to let us know what happens. Maybe, this won't happen, but...
We might have to do more.
That's kind of the vibe we see for October. Good luck with that.
All right,
Flower
so
Beauty
Flower
is
Beauty.
up. Hi, Flower Beauty.
A financial reading for the future next couple of months.
My deck?
Yeah.
Great.
Well, I guess I needed that water too.
Clearing my throat again. Here. Well, we're starting off with what we started off with for Jackie, the Queen of Swords upright. Sum up.
I was reading what she wrote.
We got to get moving.
It was important.
And then we have the Three of Wands upright. And the Five of Wands upright. That's cute. I don't think we do, but maybe we do. Maybe it's your guides trying to bring you back on time to get the message.
I don't know. That's a good question. I'm not sure, though. In the Lenormand, we have a bouquet. Some more flowers for Flower Beauty.
Nice.
And we also have the anchor.
Oh, I like this. Well, I like this overall. I'm not going to say it's going to be totally easy. So financially, the Queen of Swords is here again. You got to make wise decisions. I think your financial, for the next couple of months will involve the type of decisions you make, the moves that you make to either shore up your finances or make sure that, you have what you need going forward. It's really about the moves you make and the decisions you make that are going to set the stage here, the Two of Wands. It's also saying, is that the 2 or the 3?
It's the 3.
It's the 3. Okay. And if you do that, I think you can look forward to anticipating a smooth sailing ahead. That things will seem to flow in the direction that you want them to. I'll stop there.
The Queen of Swords strikes me as a great deal of strength embodied in the idea of what you think your decisions should be or what you think your courses of action should be. So anything that you truly feel really strong about, follow that gut instinct in a sense. The Queen of Swords in this capacity doesn't really entertain frivolous kind of questions or decisions. She's really all about the important quality of life, etc. decisions. And I sort of feel this resonance directly to the anchor, which the anchor is not a sword, but it sort of has
a point at the end.
It has a point about it, just like she does in a way. So I sort of feel there's some really strong decisions that you'll be needing to make about your financial stuff, and you'll know them when you see them, I think.
Next card.
Three of Wands. These decisions really are coming to you at the right time. There's something really opportunity laden about decisions coming to you, and so you can't really shirk them. You know, you're going to really feel like it's that gut thing that says, yes, making these decisions is moving me towards opportunities I want to embrace.
And I was going to add about that Three of Wands that, you know, if you make the right moves, the right decisions, you can, like I said, almost anticipate that, you know, your plans, your strategies that you came up with will ensure your financial well-being in the months ahead. And that you will, moving on to the Five of Wands here, be able to overcome any kind of competition or obstacles that may present themselves to you.
Is that the Five of Wands?
Yes, it is.
No. Yes, it is. You're right. It's so hard to see that one. I'm sorry.
It's hard to read all of those. That's my one caveat.
Because they don't look like the
step.
wands in the second one. That's why.
Okay, whatever.
Well, that's why it threw me off, because they didn't really look like those wands.
Got it.
Okay. They look like
No,
swords.
I understand.
So the Five of Wands just says, really, this endeavor will probably be very busy and a lot of competition. And so you have to be ready to go with that. And I think this is, once again, going back to the gut instinct you may feel from the Queen of Swords, the idea that these opportunities have come to you for a reason, because they're going to really give you what you need. And I think that plays out through the Lenormand.
Well, the Lenormand is, I think, basically saying that if all goes according to plan here, you know, the way you've mapped things out, you're going to find yourself stable in a good position and will reap some rewards and benefits from that. So I not only think that you might be financially secure, you may actually be pleasantly surprised at your progress. So you might actually be doing better than you thought you would.
Right. I'm not putting those two together that well, but I think it sort of suggests to me a sense of a feedback loop too, that if you anchor yourself to this process, that it just becomes a process that will keep reoccurring and giving you more, because that's the bouquet. It's a gift, you know, it's the gift of what you want coming back to you. And so you're anchored to the feeling of that success by the strong decisions you make towards these opportunities.
I have to say, Flower Beauty, that's looking pretty good. So I wish you luck with that.
Well, that's what your gut is all about. It's just like what you said about your spirit guides. They're going to kind of just drag you to it.
I also think not just your gut is at play here. It's here, you know.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Queen of
using,
Swords.
you know, your intellect to analyze things to the point where you can formulate the proper strategic plan. And that is going to put you in the position to reap these rewards here. Overcome obstacles and reap rewards.
Good luck.
So good luck with that. Wishing you the best. Tidal wave is up.
I don't know if they left a question, so I'm not sure if they're still here or not. Are they?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Tidal, come out and play.
We shall find out.
There you are.
Hey there. Finally got to you.
Well, I'm glad you came on time for your reading.
Well, I'm glad you think so. I appreciate that. All right, title.
I think they're typing.
Let's have it.
So, what should I use?
I hope they do too, Flower. Take care. Is there someone returning a feeling? Okay.
Huh. What deck do I want to use?
And how do you want to do that? Do you want to do that as a yes/no? Or do you want the 3 cards? I'm going to leave this.
I want to go with the 3 cards.
Okay.
We can always clear it up with a yes or no afterwards
All right.
if it's too ambiguous. So I'm going to use my Tarot del Toro.
Shocked when we can finally get to you.
I appreciate you being able to wait. You know, I know that not
and
everybody
watching
can
the
wait.
show all this
or not
time.
all the
Thank
time.
you.
I never bring out the timer anymore.
No, you don't. I should bring it out for you. All right.
Bam, bam, bam.
Wow. He dropped those down with authority. Authority.
So, I'm glad I'm getting uprights. Except they're all uprights, aren't they? The pips are always read as uprights. Or at least these ones are. So it's the 6 of Swords.
Interesting.
And it's the 6 of Cups. 2 6s. And remember the other day I was telling somebody that numerologically the 6 is a sign of Venus. And then I have the 8 of Cups. So I have an 8 of Cups.
Well, they're all upright, which is interesting. We have the deadly flowers, so that deck is an upright deck. We brought into
Well,
this.
it does give you some advice towards reversing, you know, the other cards.
Yeah, I guess that's really an odd.
In the guidebook.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to look at this, but I'm going to take them all as uprights.
They have to be upright, yeah.
And then the haunted house. And
This doesn't
forget my
invalidate the reading at all. So 6 of Swords, 6 of Cups, and
cards. 8 of Cups.
8 of Cups. This is all a journey of some sort going on here, you know, in a way. Because when you think of the 6 of Cups, that's kind of like a victorious ride, in a way, a journey. But let's take a look at this. The 6 of Swords indicates that you are moving, title, into much calmer, a calmer, happy place. More tranquility. Things seem to be more balanced and harmonious in your life. It's a great place to be.
I just read what title read. Please don't be that. I'm sorry. But, you know, so who is the person moving? Is it you moving? Someone returning? So this person, maybe, if I'm doing it from the person's point of view, they think they're moving towards something that's better for them, or they're moving away from trouble.
Oh, is someone returning? You know what? Yeah, I forgot the question. I was so interested in just the cards themselves. But it's like, yeah, you know what? That does seem like somebody could be moving this way or moving on. It's one or the other.
Well, yeah. So then the answer is that they're not returning. They're moving away, perhaps. But we're not sure yet. The 6 of Cups. Well, that almost sounds like something from the past. Somebody returning.
Yeah, the 6 of Cups. And I was thinking of the 6 of Wands with that, which threw me off. I don't know why. My brain lately, honestly, I'm beginning to wonder about it.
And then the 8 of Cups, which is once again
Isn't this an odd reading title? I mean, you're a reader and you know, so it's like you have the Six of Cups, which seems like something from the past resurfacing, a journey being made away from something. Maybe they are returning to a place they feel has been more comforting to them, more tranquil to them, more, So this could be somebody from your past, and they're seeking something they haven't been able to find yet. I don't know why, when I'm seeing that Eight of Cups, I'm thinking that. They're seeking something they have been unable to find yet, some emotional or some deep sense of satisfaction or fulfillment that they haven't been able to get.
They think that something has changed, has grown or evolved or changed, or they want that to be. The deadly
So are you
flowers.
thinking this is talking about you now? So it could be. I mean, sometimes the cards also have a mind of their own here. And maybe it's not somebody returning to your life, but it's you returning to what you need to find in your own life, returning to your own journey, your own personal quest here. Something that maybe you have left behind in your past that is really important now. But I'm not going to rule out, and I still wanted to answer your question that you had posed. So let's take a look at the haunted house and the deadly flowers. I feel here that, somebody definitely wants a place to call home. And in a metaphorical sense or in a real sense. They're looking for a place that they can call home long term. In other words, it's like, I'm tired of spinning my wheels. I want a safe harbor. I want something that maybe I've let go from my past to return that could bring me that safe harbor and fulfill me in ways I haven't been fulfilled. So if this is somebody coming towards you, it is for all these reasons I've mentioned. And if this resonates to what's going on in your life right now, then take that message to heart.
It's kind of weird, title, because it feels like if someone is not returning, then you are returning to something. But you might only be returning in terms of, your mindset on it, that you're just sort of reviewing what it means in a way. And whether it means or not that you are drifting towards something better or you're moving away from something not so good. Either way, those are sort of good signs, but I feel that maybe still there's the idea that somebody evolves or grows. Sun is changing again.
The sun is changing. There's clouds out there and it is very breezy. So what you're seeing is the leaves through the tree, on the branches blowing around. So, and it's more sun comes in or less depending on that.
All I need is an angelic tone now. Aww.
But it does cast an eerie glow.
So I feel that ultimately whatever's going on here, title, whether somebody's moving to you, whether you're moving towards something, whether something else is moving, that it is about somebody growing. They may be growing in a way that maybe is good for you, but I'm not totally clear about that. It seems to me like it's
seems good.
Growing in terms of their impressions, their perceptions.
It all seems good.
Okay.
So I think you just are going to have to ponder this because it's interesting some of the comments you made about your own journey. So I can't rule that out. Are you maybe trying to move towards somebody or something from your past that maybe you feel now more connected to and that may bring you more fulfillment? I don't know. Like I said, I think take all of this in for what it's worth. You may want to rewind and look at this reading again and see what you think of what we both have said.
Good luck.
It's complicated.
It is.
Good luck with that title.
I'd rather have cake or ice cream.
Mr. O.
Stop
We
it.
have salad and stuff.
I know.
But I wouldn't rule out then going for dessert later if we eat carefully and good.
We'll see. We got busy things to do, too.
We have another show to film. That's right. So, and a card to write for tonight. I have 2. All right, Violet, what do you got?
It is, but we like reading for you, Tidal Wave, so thank you.
Yep. What does Spirit want me to know for the upcoming eclipse season? Both Oracle, and Tarot. All right, I kind of like that. Why don't you do the Tarot, and I will do the Earthly Souls Oracle. I'd say throw 3 cards in the Oracle. These aren't very lengthy overall, so...
Okay, I'm going to use the Tarot of the Animal Lords.
Hey, you're welcome, Title.
Wow, one day.
All right. That's the card. Let's see what we've got.
You want me to go first?
I don't know. Let me... Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh.
What's that 5?
5 of Wands.
Okay. And then that's the Devil?
The Tower.
Oh,
No, we didn't really pull that. Oh, we did.
no! Put him out there.
Okay. Card 1. It's the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Card 2. 5 of Wands upright. Card 3. Tower upright.
The Earthly Souls and Spirit. Faith. Which I think is really important here with this hodgepodge of cards. And we may toss some Lenormand on this too, but I think this is going to give us a nice picture. Let's start with the Tarot, and then we're going to see where Faith winds up with this. What is that again? The Queen of Pentacles reversed. Yeah. So I think for eclipse season, what you need to know is this is going to be a challenging time for you as far as, taking care of yourself goes. This is a time for you to really try to nurture yourself. This is going to be, maybe rough on you either physically, mentally, emotionally, or possibly all 3. Looking at some of the combination of cards here. So it's imperative that you take care of your own self and your own needs during this time.
It's really very imperative to do that because the next card is maybe a clue there. The 5 of Wands says there's a lot of activity around you, and it may not necessarily be mundane things. It could be spirit things going on because, of course, our veil is so thin.
Yes.
So I have a feeling like you need to be very grounded because you may be dealing with a higher amount than normal of, spirits that are lost looking for something, and a lot of times they recognize people that are mediums or psychopomps as somebody that can help them, so they may be coming to you looking for help, or they may be coming to you looking for something.
This is a very good point, and as soon as he said that, I felt a resonance there that this time period you might there have been some things you have been going through recently that maybe you feel like you've covered all your bases, but maybe you're a little bit spiritually vulnerable at this time. So be sure you're not opening any doors, that you shouldn't be opening right now, or that something's not trying to get through because they sense a vulnerability or a weakness at this time.
And because the Tower is your last card.
Well, but it is upright, right?
It is upright.
Which to me means that, there could be this moment, whatever it is that tries to bring you down, even if it's something in your normal life. I mean, the Five of Wands to me could indicate that there's just a lot of stress on you right now, And so with that, tower, it just could indicate that, it's something may crumble. There may be a moment of stress and anxiety and something may crumble, but I feel like you can rebound from this. Have faith in yourself. Let's see what the faith card has to say.
Exactly, because you're holding on to faith.
Because it seems to me you should be able to handle this, but you know what? You're really going to have to take some extra care here. Maybe this Queen of Pentacles is here, as Mr. O had suggested, because you truly need to be grounded right now and make sure that you have boundaries, strong boundaries during this time period. Let's take a look at faith, though. I like that card here.
I think it's sort of saying how you get through the tower.
Maybe with the help of some friends like Uncle Alan, because one of the key words is, the first one, ancestors. Ancestors, memory, and eternal. We are bound to our ancestors and to those who made us, whether we want to be or not. What matters is what we make of what we are. And that is a quote by Kate Elliott. You are made of all the generations that came before you. Your mother, and her mother, all whom you were created from. Whether you physically knew these strong women or not, you have inherited traits and mannerisms through your bloodline. This family line goes so far back, it is somewhat inconceivable. Look for signs of guidance and answers to your questions from your loved ones who have now passed. They will offer you protection and help you follow your destined path if you call on them. Show them your appreciation by honoring their lives with a sacred altar space. This can simply be lighting a candle in their memory, acknowledging their important lives while here on earth. Embrace your love and memories of a loved one or a beloved pet. Know their spirits are with you daily here on this earthly realm. So, when the going gets tough, Uncle Alan is there. And maybe even somebody beyond Uncle Alan.
A lot of this looks like what's going on for you during the eclipse is an opportunity to maybe explore more ancestors, whether you're planning this or whether they're just going to kind of come to you or not, because the veil is thin and all these other ancestors are sort of starting to reach upward too, I think. So I think this is going to be a very busy time for you, and I think you have to remain grounded and realize that this is toppling your world, but in a good way, that there's change here for you that will probably give you a lot more clarity once it's over.
Something is going to rock your world, and I might DM you on this. I have some other thoughts about this, but I do think it could open things up a little bit too wide and cause a little psychic disturbance there. That's for sure. So I want to see. Yeah. You have the letter here, which often is something in writing. And you have the witch, which is the broom. So I don't know, I think of sacred contracts in a way, since we've been talking about all of this psychic stuff. But I would say this, that maybe some news that you are going to hear, some fast news, is what's going to involve this tower. And whether it comes to you psychically in a dream or, through some spirit that is entering that causes some chaos, I think that's what's behind this a little bit here.
I almost feel like you're doing, some sort of shadow work or karma work for an ancestor once this train opens up, that maybe you are helping an ancestor find an answer or find a solution for their dilemma, or that you're sort of being tested in a certain way to do that.
I don't know.
You'll have to let us know.
You'll have to let us know. But I might DM you a little bit later. I've got a few things on my plate first, but I might give you a little buzz about something on my mind here. But that's what we have for you. I wish you luck with that. Woo! Well, everybody, we didn't make it a full hour in overtime, but we were close.
Holy cow.
I want to thank everybody for their patience with us. We read for just about I think we read for everybody on our list today, which is
It
awesome.
was intense.
Yeah. What?
It was intense. She said it was intense.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
talking to her.
Okay. That was intense. That is, I think. So, at any rate, I want everybody to have a great night ahead. Hope you enjoyed your readings and do come back and see us soon. But bye for now.
Bye for now.